Yeah, Stella, baby. Finna get right. Here we go. Yeah, listen. I ain't really tryna hold too much pride. Feeling like Michael, how I beat those odds. Yeah.
Welcome to Unapologetically Divorced. This is where we talk about releasing the weight of everything in your life that has been holding you back. I am Brittany Bossup. I am an international keynote speaker, an author, a podcaster, and a licensed mental health therapist. And today we're going to be talking about creating a vision for your future. If you can see it, then you can achieve it. If you can see it, then you can achieve it. And this is why it's important to look beyond what you actually see in the present realm and start dreaming big. And you know what? That's why you have to reevaluate your circle, because you have to be around people who, even though this is not your reality, that they can see it with you, that they can dream it with you, and understand that you have goals and you have big things and great things that are in store for you, according to Jeremiah 29:11, and that every single day that you are striving for greatness. And therefore, if people are around you who are not aiding in that, pushing you to be the best version of yourself, or are constantly telling you that you can't do, then you got to change your circle, because who is around you is going to help you to excel you, to push you. If you're having a hard time in college and people are saying, oh, you just need to drop out, well, guess what? On those low days, you are going to feel like you need to drop out. But if you get around people who are saying, no, there is a way, let's get some tutoring, let's figure it out, let's do what we have to do. Okay, when I know where I'm weak, I got to do something different. Then that's when you say, okay, I am putting my weaknesses down here at the altar, and I'm getting help for those things that I need to get help with. And then when you're around those kind of people who push you and excel you and tell you that you can overcome it, then guess what? You will overcome it. And so many times we're so quick to say we just want to give up. But there's nothing great that comes out of anyone who's ever given up on something. One thing I tell my children all the time is no one great ever did it one time. No, the greatest people, whether you're looking at our basketball stars or the greatest musician, they didn't practice an instrument one time and was like, oh, I'm great, I'm a superstar. No, they worked at it and they worked at it and they worked at it. Even if, let's say, their parents were in the NBA, they still had to work at their craft. Just like I think about Steph Curry, he had to work at it. It was a daily thing. And so it's important to fine tune your work ethic. Understand that where you are today, you have to do the work. Because I'll never forget going to church one time. And at this time, I was going to Life Church, Pastor Craig Groeschel. And he made a statement. He said, where you are today is a result of your actions or inactions 5 years ago. So if you don't like where you are today, what were you doing or not doing 5 years ago? And this hit home because I had to look at myself. Like, I can't be mad at nobody but myself. And so I'm asking you today, where were you 5 years ago? What were you doing or not doing that you knew you should have been doing? And it's time for us to start believing. And in your circle, if someone is telling you that you can't do, get rid of them. Cut the cord. Because it's enough negativity in this world. And the last thing you need is someone in your close circle telling you that you can't do. Habakkuk 2:2 says to write the vision and make it plain. When are you going to write your vision and make it plain? So your action step for today, I want you to write down 3 things you're grateful for today. And I want you to spend 10 minutes visualizing your dream life. And I want you to write it down. What does your dream life look like? Because in order for me to do that, I got to first acknowledge what I'm grateful for that I have right now. And then I can dream big. I can start to dream and really take this to another level. But I can't do that if I only focus on what I see right now in the physical realm. I have to be willing to say, you know what? If it takes me having to stay up all night, I'm going to do it. What are you willing to sacrifice so you can accomplish your goals? Nothing in my life that I've ever accomplished did not come with a sacrifice. Everything I've always strived for and succeeded in, it came with a sacrifice. Whether it was having to miss something very important, whether it was having to sacrifice my sleep, sacrifice my health, anything great is going to come with some sacrifices. Now, I'm not telling you that was right to sacrifice my health, but what I am telling you, anything great in your life is going to come with sacrifices. And when you have wisdom and you know better, then guess what? You begin to do better. And so once I began to realize that there's a way to do it, and it's still going to come with some sacrifices, but there are certain things that I have to be willing not to sacrifice. I can't sacrifice my health because if I go down, we all go down. And so we have to be willing to understand and be real with ourselves. And look at our circle. If someone around you is a dream snatcher, you don't need to be around them because you need to be able to dream. And something a lot of my clients have said is that they never even imagined what that was like. They never have dreamed about living this great life. And I'm like, you have to dream it, because if you don't even dream it and believe that it's attainable, then you're never going to attain it. So I encourage you today to take 10 minutes to visualize your dream life and write it down. And go to yourtransformationalhealing.com and download my 5-step self-doubt detox. And I also have this book that's called Unapologetically Divorced. And you can find that as well on yourtransformationalhealing.com website. And I'm going to read an excerpt from chapter 2, Rediscovering Yourself Beyond Labels. Labels. What labels have others tried to put on you? A label is an attempt to define your worth, value, identity, and even your future based on someone else's perception. It can feel like a weight that holds you down, distorting how you see yourself. But here's the truth. You are not your past, your circumstances, or the opinions of others. The events that happen to you, while significant, do not define your destiny. It's important to understand that while you cannot control what people say, think, or how they treat you, you have full authority over the label you place on yourself. There was a time in my life during my divorce when the labels thrown at me were overwhelming. Words of judgment, accusations, and reminders of my supposed failures. I also encountered emotional abuse, not just in my marriage, but throughout my childhood and in other areas of life. These experiences left deep scars, but they also taught me the importance of refusing to let others dictate who I am. And let me tell you today, if you are listening, you have the power to choose what you allow. You have the power to dictate the narrative. You have that power. We can't control what people say to you, but you can control your life. You can control where you end up at. Just like they say, you cannot control being born into poverty. But once you become an adult, it's all up to you. You have the power to choose the life that you desire. Now, of course, I'm not saying it's not going to be hard, because it is compared to someone who might have come from money. But you can still be great. You can still have the life you desire. But it all begins with you. The choice is yours. And as we prepare to come to a close, let's read our affirmation. I create a clear vision for my future and take steps to make it reality. I create a clear vision for my future and take steps to make it reality. I create a clear vision for my future and take steps to make it a reality. I encourage you to take the step, do the work, revamp your circle, dig deep within, and envision living your best life. Be blessed.
Yeah, Stella, baby. Finna get right. Here we go.